welcome to World of Braiding. My name is Fido, and today we're going to be talking about quite a lot of things, and the focus today is how do you succeed in business, especially in a recession. So we had a business boot camp 2 weeks ago, and we're talking about how to encourage people who are trained with us to grow in their businesses and people who are just making inquiries to know what business is all about. And the main thing that came out of it was, how do you grow personally for your business to grow? Remember, you want to make your business grow, and you cannot make business grow until you grow. So that was the focus. So here at World of Braiding, our focus is to guide you, to train you, to empower you. And what we believe in is knowledge is power, which is where we also say, teach a man to fish and he will feed for life. That's a saying. That saying we absolutely believe in. So this is where our business bootcamp was all about. So we're looking at ways we can encourage you to actually recognize that person in you, so know who you are and be able to teach yourself to move something that you believe in forward. So this is where my experience with business came in. I've been doing this for the past 10 years and I have learned a lot of experiences along the way. And I had to recall when I started my business and how difficult it was for me to start and grow. And I had times when I was really frustrated and disillusioned and didn't know where to go. But along came something that was really, really amazing, and this was called the NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And what that did was it kind of encouraged me to look into myself, to understand how to develop me as a person. So this is where our talk today is all about, personal development. How do you develop you such that you can handle what your business is? And then we're now talking about focusing on succeeding in business, especially now in a recession. So for us, know-how is about sharing what we know. And know-how is for you to know how to do something. That is what business is all about. You want to know how to achieve something so that you can do it and then make money out of it. And that, again, is completely different from you going to a school, a university. That's called academic education. World of Braiding is not about academic education, because what academic education is all about is someone has an idea of what they want you to do, so they kind of like guide you in that direction. Now, World of Braiding is different. We want you to look into yourself and bring out what that thing is that's inside you, so you can become your own person. And in the understanding of what the human being represents, we are known to have two sets of brains. There's the left brain and the right brain. So what the academic education does to you is to encourage you to focus on your left brain. And left brain is teaching you how to just narrow your way of thinking, while the right brain allows you to be free, where you can actually use your own hands, use your own skills, use your own knowledge to achieve things. And that's what we're about. We want you to be able to use a combination of who you are, right brain, left brain, connect them together, gain that skill that you already have, because it's inside you. You have it. All we're doing is help you see it. And this is where we are. So what we are saying in this particular video is for you to know who you are, snap out of that way of thinking for someone else, which is what academic education is teaching you, and come back into knowing the skills that you have and how you can use them for your own good. So we're going to give you 11 steps that will help you take back, we call it take back that power that belongs to you, for you to be able to make sense of what your business is or what your life is all about. Okay, so what we're talking about here, we're talking about you being able to take back control to your business, to your life. And there are 11 steps which I'm going to take you through. But remember, business is all about sharing. So you have something, somebody needs it, you want to share that stage where you can share something with somebody, you want to be very good at it. And if you're good at it, then you can offer that service to that person. So here it is. You run a business, but for who? So we want you to go back into yourself, and we say whatever business you want to do. I mean, we offer training in natural hairstyles, braiding, weaving, extensions. But we are encouraging you here to start thinking about who you are. Go into your soul. We call it soul searching. Soul searching is all about who am I? You are a person, first of all. There's a core to who you are. Go into that person and find out, what is this thing that I'm really, really good at? What is this thing that I can do that will stamp who I am, that will put my signature on whatever I do? We are recommending do what you are absolutely good at. Because when you do what you're good at, it will no longer be a job. It will not be you just reflecting who you are. So put your soul in whatever you do and think of your local community, your village, your town, your city, whatever you decide to do, aim to target. Start with your local area, and that's how you start. So that's step number one. Go into your soul and find who you are. So while you're searching your soul, remember this, you have to find out what you represent. What do you represent? Now, if you can help yourself and find one word to represent who you are, that word would transcend in everything you do. And personally, here in World of Braiding, we look at justice. Justice is our word. Why do we like justice? If we find anybody is underrepresented in anything they're doing, so for instance, women generally find it difficult to find jobs, and when they do, they're underpaid, and either that or you have kids and suddenly you can't find a job because you don't have time to look after your kids and run off to work, or all kinds of things going on. And Africa is another part that we love to deal with, because again, Africa is misrepresented. So whenever we find anything that's misrepresented, our core business tends to revolve around that. So here we're educating you on gaining a skill and putting it in your hands, because we want you to be able to eventually prosper with that skill. So we're happy to arm you with something that will help you. So if you find any business, you find World of Braiding hovering around, justice is underneath that. So you find that word for yourself and see, you find that something, whatever you do, tend to keep reflecting that word. When you do that, that's your core and that's who your soul is. So your soul will then guide you that even when things go wrong, even when things are difficult, even when things are hard, you will not deviate from it. You're not going to be hopping from business type to business type because I'm not making enough money in this. It's not all about money. It's about what are you representing? Who are you? And then take it from there and things will grow. So we want you to be teachable and we want you to be open to learning. Now trust me, this is a very, very difficult one because you know what you want to be, you know what you represent. But suddenly, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do because you know it all. There are lots of people like that, and this is one area that could stop your growth and your development. So if you know what you represent and you know that thing that you have a passion for, what makes who you are, be ready to go and learn from people that are better than you in that field. For instance, you love hair, you worked with hair, but you know what, I'm not so good at this. We are here to guide you to the right direction. Now don't say to yourself, you know what, I'm so good I don't even need any help. We hear that sometimes. I'm so good at braiding, what do I need any training for? No, you can never be too good at anything. So this is our advice to you. Be open to learning. Because when you're open, you allow input from other people to add to what you know. And what you know plus what somebody else knows will make you a bigger person in that field. And you're also teachable, because we've had people who come here to say, I want to learn, and then I'm happy to teach, but she's blocked her mind. Because there's a lot of things going on in your head. You have to clear whatever it is that's in the head at that moment and be teachable. Teachable, I'm ready to pass on knowledge, you are ready to accept it. So allow yourself to accept knowledge. You have to put your money and your time down to gain that knowledge. You want to invest in that training. You want to know what it is that this person is going to give to you that's going to make you stand out. So invest your time, invest your money. Now, remember we talked about academic education. We did some research, and here in England, where we are based, you're looking at £9,000 to train a child in university. And in America, it's like $57,000 for some of the universities, $52,000 for Harvard. You know, it just went on and on. We did our research, and you spend all the money and you train that child, and the child comes out and there is no job. That's what the recession is giving us. So our system, as far as I'm concerned, has outgrown the academic education we get. Because if this academic education was so useful to us, how come our children are not in jobs? How come Greece is having so much problems? Spain, Ireland, you just name it. Everywhere in Europe there's problems. Because people have been trained in a particular way of thinking. They haven't been allowed to open their mind and accept new things and use their hands. So we recommend to you, once you know what you want to do and you've decided this is my passion, put some money down. Academic education, the kind of money involved is nowhere near what you'll be paying to gain training. And when I started in this field, I went to as many trainings I could count on. I went to the States, I went to Africa, and I did lots of training here in Europe. So I have acquired knowledge from all over the place to add to what I know. And I put time and I put money down. So when people come here and they expect you to give them skills that's going to give them a future for nothing, you're not being serious. You don't want to grow. So be ready to invest some money down, invest some time down, and you are going to achieve results that will help you grow. Believe in yourself. That's number 4. Now remember, I'm taking you back to my stages when I started. If you know what you want to do and you have a passion for it, you're going to find that people around you, your family, your friends, sometimes may not see that dream that you can see in your head. And they're going to try everything they can to talk you out. And lots of students have trained go through similar things. I said I wanted to learn hair braiding, and my sister said, "Oh, what's that for?" Or my mom said, "You're joking." Or my dad said, "What is that?" So you have to know who you are. Remember, we started by your soul. Know who you are, know what you want to do, and you stand by it. Because sometimes the road that leads to success is not that road that is so frequently traveled on. That means it doesn't have to be that thing that everybody's doing. Remember, if everybody's doing it, then what is your chance of achieving something? So you have to look at something that you stand out for, something that's unique, something that makes you who you are, something that you can put your stamp on. So when I started hair braiding education, everyone talked me down. Are you kidding? This is the same thing, that's hairdressing, that's cosmetology. Why would anyone want to pay money for that? But I knew that I was on a route that no one had traveled on. So once you know what you want to do, stick by it. Believe in yourself. And you must have passion for it. Because if you don't have passion and it's not making sense, you're going to drop it and move on. And then how many things are you going to move on to? That's the question for you. So you have to stick to what you love. And that's going to lead you somewhere. So believe in yourself.